Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and that is the end of the Premier League. And congratulations to Manchester City, who have just been crowned the Premier League champions. I'm recording this straight after, so maybe after a few days, my emotions, my thoughts might change about the game itself. Sorry, about the season. But I'm just giving my initial thoughts quickly on a video. Look, let's be honest. Before this game, there was very little chance that West Ham were going to do anything for Man City. Um, Man City, once they are at the summit, once they are in that last 10 games, Manchester City just turn on that button and they become a completely different team. And we knew this. We knew coming into the game that there was a very little chance that West Ham were going to do anything. There was a bit of hope when they did go 2-1, but ultimately, I think we were just there praying at that point. Manchester City, they scored within 2 minutes, guys. Within 2 minutes, that just shows you the level of Manchester City. Yeah, the more pressure it is, the more they will perform. And I think there's still some way for us to go till we reach there. I'm sure we will get there because Manchester City haven't been there from the start with Pep. They've had to take time to learn to get better, and I'm sure this Arsenal side will get better. When, I don't know, but let's just hope it is soon. But the game itself, Everton, I think it was a tough game. I don't know why it was. Maybe it's just the pressure. That's what really did. We didn't play too well, especially when we conceded first, then we scored straight after. But I think we just didn't play too well. But when we were drawing, I was just thinking to myself, look, I know even if we win, we don't go win the Premier League, but at least go out with with your head held high. Don't flipping draw and what Manchester City win the season with 4 or 5 points left to spare. At least take it down to the wire, take it to only 2 points at least, out of respect, because then you're gonna have a lot of narratives of yeah, we took it but we ended with 5 points at the end of the season with a gap. So at least take it down to the wire. Look, we broke a new record, 28 wins. That's the most wins we've had. I think it's a one more or two more wins. I think it's a one more win than the Invincible. So we have broken a record, most wins for Arsenal, and credit to Arteta and the team for doing that. But ultimately, it just wasn't enough, and that's something we knew. That is something we knew. I did feel when it was that game where we lost to Aston Villa and lost to Bayern Munich. I think at that point of the season, I was thinking to myself, I think that's the end of our season. I was still a bit confident. I was still a bit like, I did have some hope, but ultimately, when we lost that game against Aston Villa, I was just thinking to myself, that is it. We let the title slip. And of course, we've had those wins against Brighton, Tottenham, Chelsea. And I was thinking, you know what, maybe this is the season where Manchester City might drop some points. But unfortunately, they just didn't. They just kept winning and winning and winning, and they've won the Premier League. And yeah, the only thing we can do is just get better and improve. Today, credit to a few players that stepped up today. I think you saw how important Bukayo Saka is in this team. Like, I didn't understand how important he was. I did know he was a very important player, but today, my God, that right hand side was so bad. Martinelli did okay, but when you have Saka, who is a natural left foot on that right hand side, being able to cut in, go out wide, I don't think some fans appreciate how important Saka is to the team, and it's really crucial that we get a new right winger to next season. Of course, we're going to talk about transfers, but I think it just showed how important his presence is into this team. Shout out to a few players though. Shout out to Saliba. I think he's played the most, all the minutes in the Premier League. I think he's the first outfield player for Arsenal that's played every single minute in the Premier League. So credit to him, because last season when we lost him, we lost the league title, and I think a lot of rival fans were saying, that Saliba wasn't that important. But I think you've seen now how important William Saliba is. Shout out to Kai Havertz. Big shout out to Kai Havertz. Last 10 games, this guy stepped up. We need, in these big games, in the final crunch games, we need players to step up, and Kai Havertz stepped up. And yeah, today he stepped up again. And one funny thing about that goal as well, it was Martin Odegaard got very lucky with that. He didn't even manage to. I don't know what happened. He didn't shoot or something, but Kai Havertz got the goal. And you could see how devastated the players were at the end of the game when you saw they were doing the media interviews, when they were just standing there. You could see they were upset, devastated. And I think every fan is as well. For me, the worst thing I wanted was Manchester City give us any hope. I was just happy that I wasn't happy Manchester City won, but I was happy that it was at least over and quick, a quick death. They scored really early, 2 minutes. I was like, yeah, you know what, it's done and over with. Manchester City have won the league. That is 5 titles in a row. I think, no, sorry, 4 titles in a row for Manchester City. What a side there. And I hope that we can win a Premier League title with Pep still in charge, just so I can, because I think once you win after Pep, because you're almost winning it by default. But I hope we win it next season. Of course, I'll be talking about next season in another video. But for now, let's just talk about this season. It's all, the sad thing is, at least we didn't win any silverware. That is the unfortunate thing. So I think that's the thing that really hurts so much. At least if we won a trophy or something, we can really remember this season. But ultimately, no one remembers second place. But I'm really proud of this team, because last season we crumbled near the crunch game. I think we gave away the Premier League to Manchester City with a game in hand. So, and this season we've improved. We've taken it down to the wire. Yes, the chance of us winning the Premier League today was very low, but there was a chance. There was always a chance that we could win the Premier League. And we've shown even to the players, have shown to the fans that they're not bottle jobs. I know that term gets thrown around a lot, especially last season. You could argue we have bottled it, but this season, when you look at one loss, one draw against Manchester City, and one loss against Aston Villa, I mean, the thing is, you can't expect a team to win every single game, but at the same time, when you are playing against Manchester City, that's what you're expected to do. So it's hard to say what we did. Did we bottle it or no? It really depends on your perspective. At the time when we lost to Aston Villa, I was saying to myself, we flipping bottled it. But I think the way we responded back in the Premier League, especially at tough games, Manchester United, Spurs, we've done well. But yeah, I'm sure the players will improve. I'm sure the manager will get better. But yeah, anyways, like the video, subscribe, and that's the end of the season. That's all she wrote, guys. Catch you guys in the next video.